it's so easy for foreign people to come into Japan right now, to visit, that there are just floods of people coming in to, especially Kyoto, and even Tokyo. Shibuya looks completely different. I went there a few months ago. I was like, what? I mean, on the news, I read a statistic that like 60% of the people at Sentogai, which is the main scramble intersection that you've seen, are tourists nowadays, which is crazy. Crazy to me. Because I mean, I used to hang out there like a couple times a week when in my 20s, but now I'm a married middle-aged dad. Like I'm not going to Shibuya, but but yeah, so times are changing, and because of that, like Japanese municipalities and governments are really struggling to deal with that because it takes more resources for them to be able to deal with the amount of tourists, trash. You got to think about it: trash pickup, the transportation system, signs and things like that, staffing just to handle the influx of people at different sites and things like that, buses, all those things. In a lot of these places, like Kyoto, for example, it's just a small town. Like it's a small, not rural town, but it's like a small traditional town. And so if you just like, I don't know, I'm just throwing a number, like quadruple the amount of people flowing into the city, like it's gonna be some issues that they got to deal with. And so now, like the concept of over tourism is a thing that they're really dealing with. And so there are some proposals that are floating, taxing um tourists. They're trying to find out what's the best way to do it. And I'm just telling you, being in Japan, once it gets to the point where we're talking about it and one person openly says we're gonna do it, then it's just like a set of dominoes. It's gonna happen like everywhere, right? And that's just the way it's gonna be. So if you're a tourist coming in, I mean, for you, it's not really gonna be a big issue, like, cause you're coming to Japan, like you don't care, like okay, a couple extra dollars, like whatever, or a couple extra yen, like fine, here, take it, But I do know and think like some of the local people will be like, what is this? This is an outrage. It's I don't know, discrimination against foreign people, but I get it. I get it. Like, what are you gonna do? Like, you raise taxes on the everyday citizens so that like they can pay for the tourists coming in who are running amok. Like, it doesn't really work like that, So yeah, I hope they find something that works out well. I don't really have too much confidence in the Japanese government to really manage this type of situation well.